Kids Table, episode 29. Got my boy Hurk in the spot.
Good to see you, man.
Coming out, man.
Finally made it out.
Yeah. Finally made it out.
Only took 29.
yeah. Took several episodes. Yeah, I guess Steele was on one of the.
Should I move this up a little?
Yeah, you can. It definitely helps to get up on it.
Let's check the Audacity.
Yeah, still using Audacity. Shouts out. That free software, it works.
We got to get you on Ableton, man.
Yeah, Ableton would be nice. For sure.
I actually think I have a license that you can use.
For real?
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
We got to hook this guy up. 29 episodes. And it's still on Audacity.
The audacity for me to use.
The Audacity.
Oh, dude, it's straightforward.
It gets the job done. I'm just busting your chops.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I could definitely use an upgrade. But yeah, man. I think we met in high school, right?
Yeah, I think the first time I met you, you were boys with someone.
I think it was Pablo.
Yes, it was Pablo, because we all used to sit in the hallway
in the morning,
and we had our spot at the very far end of the school, and you just came and you were like, "What's up?"
Yeah, Pablo's there. I want to introduce you.
And then you just inserted.
Yeah. I did that to a couple friend groups. I feel like.
I mean, that's what you got to do, man.
I had to market myself.
I think about that sometimes, because you were in homeschool until 10th grade.
Yeah, it was a crazy transition.
I feel like that would be pretty wild for anyone to do. I feel like it's going from like a nice clean dog park to a unkept zoo.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, no, it kind of was. I went to Cedarbrook Academy, which was private school.
Yeah.
That was a day a week, so I got the tiniest glimpse of what school would be like. But yeah, no, public school was way different than.
Crazy, probably, man.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I wouldn't say that it was
super.
It was oh man, I feel unsafe or anything. Yeah. Mainly everyone was just kind of bored and it was just oh, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
But it was fun playing sports and hanging out with you guys and skateboarding.
Volleyball,
dude.
With
you were up in the net getting blocks.
I was up. That was the only thing I could do was block. I could never spike it. I just did not have the whatever it took to do that. So I was like, all right, I can block. I'm just gonna block.
You're a good blocker, dude.
Yeah.
You're a force at the net.
I remember we played this one school where they had this 7 foot tall dude, and he was just a monster blocker, and
Are you talking about Dynas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Straps was talking about him recently.
Yes, dude. I remember this guy, you would try to get any hit on him, right? And then finally you get a decent hit that's gonna go over the net and you're not gonna touch it, right? Yeah. So you might have a chance of scoring a point. And this dude would just completely wreck you. And then once he got down, he would give you the death glare, you're mine. You got nothing on me.
Yeah, he was crazy. He was European or something, wasn't he?
I don't know.
I feel like he was a foreign exchange student.
He was a different.
Came here just to play volleyball.
Yeah, he was a different breed, and was not. We were not up to snuff with that guy.
Yeah, our team was not the best.
No.
It was a blast though.
Yeah, that was the funnest team. I'm pretty sure Pew played on that. No, Pew was on.
Pew did.
Yeah, Little Pew did, but Big Pew played on the co-ed
co-ed,
team,
yeah.
and those people
They were good.
they took it seriously.
Yeah, they were good. Some
Yeah.
of the girls on their team were like super good, and then the guys were slightly better than us.
They, I'm pretty sure they were all better than us.
Nah, dude. Boys, Cap Allison. He was the
Oh
coach.
man, Hap Allison. My dad actually has, like, you know how my dad's obsessed with taking pictures?
Yeah.
He has this new program with this AI program, and dude, he has like 500,000 pictures over the past 25 years, and which is just nuts. Yeah. And he has this new program that scanned all of them, and it pulls everyone's face. So you're on there. It says like Nick, he like named everyone, Nick Dunn, Steele, like it was everyone. And if you click on it, it shows every photo he's ever taken of you.
That's sick.
And there was all of these photos from volleyball.
Dang, I want to see those 100%.
Yeah. And just all types of random things.
Dude, that's so cool. Yeah. Now I remember your dad was always.
He's still
snapping.
He's still snapping.
Which is pretty dope, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of Steele, didn't well actually no, he wasn't in the band. You were in a separate band.
Which band? Because we were in a lot. I was in a lot of bands.
Wasn't there like a main one that like you guys were doing shows?
Probably No Room for Regrets.
Yeah, exactly. No Room for Regrets, dude. How did that band form?
No Room for Regrets. I feel like I'm on like a legit, like one of those, you know, like legit, where I was in a legit now. That band started when I was in the 9th grade. Oh, wow. And so it was a year before you came to high school, and we sat a little on the other angle of the hallway from where we sat, and there was it was back in the emo scene. But you know, a lot of kids were. I
loved listening to emo.
Yeah, I was entrenched.
Yeah.
And Steele, Joe, and Jordan were into the emo stuff, but they were definitely more onto the metal side. Right. And I was like all about the emo. And there was these older guys at our school who were clearly into emo because their pants were like 3 times tighter than everyone else's. Yeah. and including me, I used to wear that stuff. So it was Nick Frymark and Andrew Sheets and this other guy, Dan Watson, and we all got together. I don't know. No, actually, now that I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this gets even crazier. So the first version of No Room for Regrets was me, Ben Culbertson.
Oh, shout out, Ben.
And Zach Krisman on the bass.
Dang.
Yeah, that was the first version.
Dang. I didn't know he was a bass man.
He was.
That's sick.
And he was pretty good. And then it ended up, and then I guess, but what happened was, you know, we had fun, but their interest level in emo music was not nearly as high as mine.
Yeah, and you gotta be all in.
Yeah, like they were all in on being normal kids. And I met those other 3 guys, and we started practicing, and we did the band, and it was funny because we got a phone call. I got a phone call because I had signed up for something at Warped Tour or something.
Warped Tour.
Yeah, and like this lady calls me. She's like, so do you guys want to play at the 930 Club?
Dang,
and she
really?
Called my home phone, like, because I don't even think I had a cell phone. It was my home phone. And like my dad's like, Evan, someone's on the phone for you. And I was just like, what? Yeah. And I thought that it was just like we were noticed, right? Like, and That was far from the case. We had to, and my dad was like so supportive of the emo band. It was hilarious. But we had to go all the way to Annapolis for like a meeting, and there was like probably like 50 other emo bands that showed up.
Dang.
And they basically were just like, we have 3 venues, DC9, Rock and Roll Hotel, and 930 Club. And basically DC9 is like the size of this room. Rock and Roll Hotel is like the size of the apartment. And then the 930 Club is like a legitimate place.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoever sells the most tickets gets the best slot at the 930 Club.
Makes sense.
And we're just like, okay. And so we ended up still like, we sold a lot of tickets. Like we went hard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we sold maybe like 50 to 60 tickets for $20 a pop.
Yeah, that's great.
And
$1,000.
Yeah, and so here's the funniest part of this. So we had to go back, turn in our tickets, and they're like, okay, we're gonna call you with your slot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking, dude, we're doing 9:30.
Yeah, we're headlining.
Maybe not headlining, but like maybe like a decent slot, you know, in the afternoon or something. Yeah. And I get a call, and she's like, hey, you're playing a new, we have another venue that we added that's a little bit bigger, and it's right across the street from the 930 Club. It's called Town. And we got you at the perfect time for that. It's like 7 or 8 o'clock or whatever. And I'm like, okay, sweet. Lock it in. Hung up the phone. I tell all the guys.
The home phone?
Yeah, the home phone. Call everyone else on the 3-way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, we got this new one. It's called Town. Yeah. And then the next day I went to school. We all sit down in our little place, and like, they're like, did you go online and see what Town
what
was?
Town actually is.
And you go online, it said Town Dance Boutique. And basically it was a bar for a specific orientation.
Oh, okay.
in DC.
Okay.
It wasn't like a rock and roll club.
Yeah.
For sure. And we were so upset, man.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Dude, we were so upset. And on the other side of things, right, like we were promoting everything on MySpace, so everyone on MySpace, like hardcore MySpace, everyone could see it. And so of course everyone's hating, right? Yeah. And then so once everyone sees that we've been promoting that we're going to do 930 Club, and then everyone sees we got to change up to that, like dude, like we were just the absolute like laughing stock. And so I was just like, we were so mad, and I called the lady, and she was like, I can get you in at DC9 at 9 in the morning. So that's like basically like putting all your equipment in this room and playing a show at 9 in the morning. And we were just like, you know what, whatever, let's just do let's just rock it. And we did it, and it ended up being pretty fun. I mean, ignoring the decor and stuff, but I mean, it was like open to the public that day, so it was like, you know, anyone could show up. But you know, we just went out there and rocked out, and
that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, and that's how it started. And we played a couple played some shows. We actually recorded a CD. We spent like 2 weeks, like over summer break, at this guy's house in Olney recording an album.
Dang, that's sick.
So yeah, we had to like save up and pay for that. So we were in it, but it just, you know.
Yeah, high school, very formative years.
Yeah.
And, you know, you got to be super serious and everyone on one accord to like keep a band together, I feel like. So.
Yeah. For a while, I mean, I definitely, I loved it. Loved the fact that I did that now, but for a long time I definitely did have some room to regret because people would just just never let off of the hatred and making fun of me about it.
Dang.
But you know, at this point, it's like whatever.
Dude, I mean, I respect it. It takes a lot of cojones to.
Yeah. Oh, but get this. So what happened? I think towards the end of NRFR was my dad was like over supportive of this thing, and like I don't know if he like really kind of got the cues that well, but he was like, there's a church talent show, you guys should do it. And like we're like, okay, like, and we were thinking, I was thinking it was going to be in like the small, like the auxiliary room of our church, and there was just going to be kids. We show up, we're like in the main we're in the main room, and there are like elderly, like grandparents. Dude, it's a full house too. It was probably the biggest crowd we ever did. And
like 200, 300 people.
And we were like Christian emo, because that was like the thing, you know, like Under Oath and Devil Wears Prada. So we had like Christian lyrics. Obviously, you didn't understand because I was just screaming them the whole time. But
the Lord is my shepherd.
Yes. And this guy, this lady, she introduced us, and she like, I forget. It was like, it was some kind of, you know, spiritual line, right? Like, and I remember one of them was like, listen to him regardless. That was like one of the lines. And so she like read the line. She was like, listen to him regardless of what the situation is. Like, and she was like reading it. And she's like, welcoming like Evan's band, no room for regrets. And then we came on, and then it was like, and dude, to this day, I cannot, like, dude, I go to that church, and my parents are still really like really affiliated with the church. They do a lot of stuff there. I go there. I literally went there a couple of months ago. I went there for Easter with my kids, right? Whole family and everything. And this awesome. Older lady's like, are you still doing the Screamo band stuff? And I'm like, no, I'm not. That was like,
I did that when I was 14. And like a lot of things you do when you're 14, you don't keep doing.
Yeah, that was over 10 years ago. So good so times. Yeah, all the breakdowns in the emo. They have the little the bell on the ride. Bell. No, the ride symbol, like bell.
Oh right, yeah.
And then it breakdown.
Dude, that makes me want to listen to that stuff again.
I still listen to it sometimes.
Yeah, no, it was good music.
The Devil Wears Prada is a pretty good to get a workout in on.
Yeah, Job for a Cowboy.
Yeah, I haven't heard them in a long time.
I wasn't even really into them. It was more Ben and them would always talk about that band.
Yeah.
But I like Seosin and Under Oath.
Yeah.
Chevelle.
Yeah.
But and then eventually you got into, well, you worked as a DJ.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I went to a few of your gigs.
Yeah. You remember? Oh, dude, you came to some fun gigs, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Those were funny memories.
You're really opening up the treasure chest of stories here. Yeah, I was a DJ for...
You got to tell the main one.
Vinnie Colbert, Damascus legend.
Shout out.
Yeah, he has a DJ business for, you know, like weddings and bar mitzvahs and school dances and stuff.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was a really great way to get experience DJing.
Oh yeah.
And he really just threw you out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the equipment, go DJ a wedding.
Yeah.
And
some crazy far location.
yeah, you either make it or sometimes we had to go out to like, Eastern Shore or like Philadelphia or something, and we would stay the night. But yeah, you either would figure it out and end up becoming a good DJ, or you just wouldn't, and then you just stop working for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when was it? I guess 2012-ish, maybe 2011. I think right after I graduated high school, all the way up until 2017.
Yeah.
So like 5 to 6 years. And yeah, I mean we had some pretty good times there.
Grab my water real quick. My bad.
Yeah, no worries. But I remember. Well, you tell me which one, because I think you came on a couple.
It was like a middle school dance.
Was it the one on the Eastern Shore?
I think so. Yeah.
It was called Gunston.
Maybe, but I remember we were listening to a lot of Young Scooter at the time. All right, R.I.P. to Young Scooter.
Dude, that was that was by far the worst gig that I ever did as a DJ, and I can't believe he kept me as a DJ after that gig.
Because I was there.
We were listening. That's why.
Well, no, because I was there.
Dude, Tommy Hurl came because Tommy Hurl was training.
Yeah.
And Tommy Hurl was hardcore into EDM.
Yeah.
And we were hardcore into Young Scooter. And we thought for some reason this middle school was like going to be into like a mashup of the both of those. And it ended up becoming just an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, it was.
And I would say like, I'm going to the bathroom. So I had to go to the bathroom or something. And it, like, Tom, you pick the next track.
Yeah.
So it would go from like the cha-cha slide to like, he would put on like Skrillex.
Yeah, like, wah, 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 wah.
And like these kids are just like, what is this? And then I would come back, and then I remember, I'm pretty sure I came back, I'm like, okay, we got to change this up. We got to get them pumped up again.
Yeah.
And dude, there was this song from Young Scooter that I decided to play. Like I was just not on my game at all at this thing. And in the beginning of this track, first off, it's not even like a good song to play at all. I forget.
Yeah.
It's the one where he's like, I get them in the winter, spring, summer, fall.
Yeah.
Do a somersault.
Yeah. Oh, a jugathon.
Yes.
Jugathon.
Yes, I'm on a jugathon. Who's going to play that at a middle school dance?
Yeah.
But anyways, before it even starts, this guy's like, all I want to say is, Happy New Year, mother effers. And dude, I played it, and it was just like, Happy New Year. And like, I didn't even cut it out.
Picture it.
Yeah. And oh my gosh.
I remember being like,
yes. And dude, this principal, remember the principal?
It's like the coaches all walked
He's
over.
Like, what is this? Like, what are you doing? Like, I cannot believe.
Like, we're sorry, we're so sorry.
They sent Vinny an email. Like, what in the world was that?
Yeah, I remember you told me.
And Vinny, like, he sent it to me, and I was just like, I'm really sorry. It
was an off night.
It was just a really off night, man. And he was just like, no worries, you'll get it next time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because for him to just send people out, like, there's a chance that it could go wrong.
Yeah, like, I think, like, every 1 out of 10 of the nights were a little off.
Yeah, but you were, like, a great
But the other nights, yeah, like, I think you had to did you ever come to any weddings? Like, dude, some of those weddings. I didn't
go to any weddings, no.
Dude, some of those weddings, like, we would just smoke it, man. Like, it would be so much fun.
And here comes the bridesmaid.
Yes, dude.
At the end of the night, all the moms are like, "You are so good."
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it was amazing. Like, it was so much fun.
I like telling the wedding DJ that he did a good job.
Yeah. And dude, that's a hard job. And
Yeah.
they have like, it's funny because now I have these reels that obviously we didn't have reels back then, but these DJs,
we had Vines.
yeah, these DJs will put up like a GoPro or like a camera like this, and for their whole set, like for a wedding, and they'll capture everything that happens.
Mhm.
And what happens is you're trying to play music for everyone, and you're trying to match some kind of mood for everyone in there, and you want people to dance, which is really hard if you're doing so anyways, like oftentimes people, like, when they're drunk, they'll come up and they'll hand you a bunch of crap, be like, what is this? I can't dance to this. I need you to put on this song. And they're like, they want you to put on like
where's the T-Pain?
Yeah, like where's the not even like, like where's the we want to listen to the Doobie Brothers, and I'm like,
the Beach Boys.
If I play your song, I'm literally, everyone is going to leave this.
That's a fraction of the crowd.
And then you're going to not even dance. Like, you're going to sit there like, like cheese in the corner.
Yeah.
And so, people, there's like reels now where you can capture that.
It's like, we're getting Bruno Mars people.
Yeah, man.
It's what gets the people going.
Yeah, it's Bruno Mars, LMAO.
Yeah. Oh, that was some good stuff.
Gangnam Style.
The One Killer song.
Yeah, dude, that song, Gangnam Style, man. What happened to that
Style.
guy? Dude, that guy just completely killed it, and now he's just disappeared.
Yeah, I'm not too shocked that song didn't have a lot of longevity.
Dude, but it's still, I think it has like one of the highest view counts on YouTube.
Yeah, it probably has like 3 billion. So
let's check it.
Fact check. Yeah, dude, I've been aching to go to a wedding. Haven't been invited to too many.
It was
lately.
Same here, man. It's
been
depressing.
A drought.
Yeah, I'm going to one in Colorado in
that's sick.
In August, so that'll be cool.
That is dope. Yeah, one in October. A little ways away. Well, it's really not that far from now.
5 billion.
5 billion.
It was the
views.
first to reach 1 billion.
I think I remember that.
In like 2012.
Dang. Hey, shouts out him.
To Psy.
Get one hit.
Yeah.
You're good to go. You used to make some hits.
Yeah, man. Dude, I've been making music recently, but I'm kind of trying to keep it a little more low key. I'm trying to actually make something good and then put it out under like a random name.
Okay.
But it's really hard, man, to make something to create something that sounds good.
Yeah.
And but yeah, when I was really into EDM and house music, probably starting in 2012-ish.
Okay.
And then in and so like for later on, like in 2015, 2017, I started doing my own DJing stuff, like doing club stuff in DC. Nothing like no crazy shows. Like I would do like rooftops, and like I think like I did like an opener for one guy once, and there was like 5 people in the room when I was there. But I started making music because that's literally the only way you can get any type of crowd as a DJ, is if you can like make music and it sounds good. And I started making some stuff. I have a couple of releases, and then COVID hit in 2020, and I actually had some good momentum, but then COVID hit and I got married, and it just blew all that. So
Yeah.
but I recently watched a documentary on Avicii, which you should definitely watch.
He's the one who passed away?
Yeah, on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
And that kind of got me hyped up to make music again. So
yeah, dude.
I'm in Ableton making some tracks.
That's dope. What genre would you say?
I'm honestly, I'm trying everything. So I'm trying obviously house music, but I've been trying to make some drum and bass.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you know what that is.
I've heard of it for sure.
It's like, the
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do that, and then also like future bass type stuff. So kind of like basically like instrumentals for rap songs, but a lot more
dope.
like like amplified.
Okay, that sounds sick.
Yeah, what's crazy, dude, is this app. It's called Suno.
It's like no free ads.
This is not an ad, but this is genuinely like,
I'm just kidding.
Dude, this is genuinely like the craziest thing ever. In fact, I'll show you an example. Where is it? I made one for you.
Yeah, no, that was really cool.
Dude, I made one for the kids' table. Here, I'll make one right now. In fact, you write in like what you want. Like you gotta say
is
like
it like Chat GPT basically?
Yeah, but it makes a song. Say like like what kind of style, what kind of genre, and what you want it to be, like how you're feeling, whatever.
Says your groove is on its way.
What's the prompt?
I just said a podcast intro, like chill, laid back.
Okay. It might if you got vocals turned on, it might be like a podcast intro, chilled, laid. We'll see. Takes a minute.
Here we go. Songs ready. Tap to play.
Turn it up.
I kind of like that. Oh, that's nice. Suno.
Scroll up. It makes 2 of them.
Oh, wow. This one's spacey. This is the Star Wars podcast. Dang, well, that's awesome, man. I might have to download that.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
That's really cool. Are you still doing any dirt biking, motocrossing?
Barely, man.
Yeah.
I really wish. In fact, right now my wife and kids are down in Mexico. They've been down there for like 2 weeks, and I'm going down there on Thursday.
Oh, that's sick.
But I really wanted to get some riding in, but it's just been
it's been raining
and yeah, there hasn't been any rides. I mean, I probably get maybe 3 to 4 rides a year in, but I also have some trails at my house, and you got to come up. Because I have a lot of new toys now since you've been there. I have a new 4-wheeler, and I have a side-by-side. Yeah, and I have some trails, and so yeah, we can have some fun.
No, yeah, I definitely want to hit the trails, man.
Yeah,
for sure.
You can get messed up too. I got messed up like a month ago. You can't really see it, but I literally like fell into a creek.
Oh man!
On my 4-wheeler, I flipped the whole thing over.
Oh no!
And yeah, but it ate it.
Dude, that reminds me of when I was at Camp Scrap. Me and Steele were on a 4-wheeler, and we're going up this hill, and I was like going up kind of slow, and then I hit the gas, and it just caused us to like fall back.
Did it fall on you?
No, it looked like it was going to, but then it just stayed.
Oh man!
And me and Steele were just like,
you were like, ah.
I was like, dang, if I,
dude, you can get messed up on a 4-wheeler.
For sure.
Like they're easier to drive. That like obviously it takes like some skill to ride a dirt bike.
Yeah.
And 4-wheelers are a lot easier to drive, but you can get really messed up on a 4-wheeler.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we used to ride the dirt bikes at Micah's
yeah, I
place.
know. I just always have it in my head. I just always
didn't look like you had control.
Yeah, every time I go to ride, all I have in my head is Micah going, "You don't look like you have very good control." And so my confidence is destroyed.
Yeah. Thanks, Micah.
Thanks. Just kidding. Dude, what's up with Micah, man?
I saw him at my boy Matt's wedding. That was the last time I saw him. And it was the first time I saw him in a while.
Matt Moyer?
Yeah.
Ledge.
Oh, yeah. My guy.
Yeah, dude. Micah's, dude, I miss that guy. He's a good guy.
He's probably one of the funniest people I've.
Yeah, I know, man. Every time, just the way he'll say like normal phrases and he'll laugh. Like
it's like his expressions,
yeah,
and his mannerisms.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, it was awesome seeing him. Yeah, I think he's doing good. He has a kid. I think he had another kid on the way.
Nice.
So he'll be matched up with you.
I'm sure he's cranking him out.
Yeah, dude. Got to. I saw you were doing some traveling. You went to like Budapest or something?
Yeah, man, dude. This past 2 months, I've traveled a lot. I'm kind of cooked.
Yeah,
but yeah, I went to Boston for a week. I went to New York for a week. I went to Atlanta last week, which was honestly my favorite place out of all of them.
Atlanta looks dope.
Dude, I love that place. And then I went to Budapest and Italy.
Dang, that's sick.
And then Glen Burnie for work.
Glen Burnie and Italy, they're evenly matched.
Good old Glen Dirty.
Yeah, dude, that's where Sketch lives, near Glen Burnie.
Yeah. It's just a different vibe out there.
Oh,
man.
yeah, totally different vibe. You can get some good seafood.
Oh, I bet.
Area, though.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. But, dude, yeah, I went to Budapest and Italy. And Budapest is, like, amazing. Like, I love that place. It's so clean. And, yeah, it's pretty inexpensive compared to, like, any other city in Europe or any Western city, really. Like you can have a really good trip there for not a ton of scratch.
Nice.
And yeah, the food is really good. They have like Hungarian goulash.
Goulash.
Yeah, but it's delicious, man. Like, and it's just all fresh, And then but then I went to Italy, and
I bet the food there.
The food was lit, right? Like pizza and pasta and ice cream every day. Yeah. But dude, there was just too many people. We went to Rome, and it was just a madhouse. It was actually, they picked the new pope when we were there.
Dang.
Yeah, and it was just
part of history.
Yeah, we didn't see the day they picked. So they were doing the conclave when we were there, and one night the first night that they all got together, we went to St. Peter's, and we sat there for like 2 hours, and then all of a sudden black smoke came up, which means they didn't pick the Pope that night, and so we're like, okay, that's it. We're not going to spend the whole time in Italy sitting here waiting for some smoke to come out of a chimney. And then, of course, the next day, my wife and I went down to Naples, and for a day trip, and they picked the Pope. But you know, in hindsight, like literally, we didn't. No one would have known. And then also, like,
I could just picture like a lineup of possible popes, and they're like, "Oh, Hurk's still here. All right, he's gone. All right, this guy."
exactly. I told like some Italian lady, I don't know, that someone said something, and I was like, well, we're gonna leave today, so they'll pick one today. And they're like, oh, okay, someone's positive. I'm like, I'm serious. Like,
all of Catholicism was based on
on me not being there. That's what it was. But no, I have, dude, look at this food from Hungary.
Dang, dude.
Yeah,
the fries look bomb.
That was the best dish I had the whole time when I was there, dude.
What's the not the dark stuff that's not the fries?
That I don't really know. I think it's like beef and like cottage cheese. Yeah,
dude, I would have.
But it was
the bubble guts from that.
Nah, but you would love this. It's just like,
well, what else is on the fries?
It's like sausage and like
okay.
chicken, and it's like, dude, it's really, everything is just very fresh. Look, you even have a picture of the chef right there. His name is Dexter.
Dexter is geeking me out.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. Yeah, that's too bad that Italy was too crowded.
I mean, it was good. Like, I don't regret it. No room for regrets.
Yeah.
But there was just so many people, man. And like, you really, if anyone is listening to this and you're ever gonna go to Rome, you plan it out. Like, don't go there and try to think you're gonna figure it out, because it's not gonna work.
Yeah, I think that's what like Ben did. They planned it all out, but they said even with the planning, it was just exhausting.
Yeah, it's and it just, I don't know. I don't really think it was. I've been to some other places over there, and I don't know. It wasn't.
So Budapest over Italy.
Yes, like 100%, dude. And then also, like, there's this one guy who's this YouTube traveler, and he's been to like every city in the world like 5 times. And his number one city is Prague.
Yeah, that's in Czech, right?
Yeah.
Have you been there?
No. I've been to Vienna, which is like an hour away, and then I went to Budapest, which is another like Eastern European city, but it's the same vibe. And so like it's just a good vibe. Like, everyone is like, it's clean, it's safe, it's relatively inexpensive. The buildings and the architecture are like amazing.
Dang, you just moved there.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, I have some Czech in my
yeah, I know.
Family blood, so I should make it out there.
Yeah, you got to, man.
See some Dvorak's.
Yeah, yeah. You got a tattoo that says that, right?
Right here.
Nice. It's all good. That's better than Hurk.
Dude, that was when you knocked out Brohawk.
Dude.
We don't. Yeah, if you want to get into that, we can.
Nah, we'll stay out of that. But I totally forgot about that. Dude, here's
a beach week story.
Okay, here's a more yeah. Whatever happens there stays there. Yeah. Dude, I do have a fun fact that I totally forgot about until yesterday. So me and Rispoli grew up to Nick Rispoli. We grew up together. He lived across the street from me, and we went to school, did a bunch of stuff all the way up until 9th grade. He moved and went to Urbana. Yeah. And then we actually kind of like reconnected in college, because I went to Towson and he went to Towson, and we hung out there. And then now he is a trainer at this private gym in Frederick.
Shouts
and
out.
He's freaking shredded,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like 100% like shredded. And I've been lifting weights for like 7 years, and I'm just done with it. And I'm trying to get into like calisthenics,
Yeah.
like the muscle beach pull up bar moves and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And I'm trying to get into that. And
You're like somehow sideways.
that's called a flag. Perfect name.
Dude.
But dude, he knows, like, he remembers this stuff that I didn't remember. And one fun fact was, dude, when we were in 5th grade, he was the president of the school.
Really?
And I was the vice president.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
I
gas.
totally forgot about that, dude. And all we did, and he was like, dude, remember free donuts? And oh my, bro, it unlocked just like a core memory, because we had these meetings. We had to do these, meetings, right? Like with the student council, and Nick was the president, and I was the vice president. And dude, he would just like read a piece of paper, and like, does anyone have any like, new like,
do you want to make any amendments?
Dude, exactly. And I would just be like, free donuts. Free donuts. And he would just be like, stop it, dude, stop it. And I'd be like, free. Dude, I totally forgot about this whole.
So funny.
I totally forgot about this until he told me yesterday.
Now I want a donut.
We should probably get one.
Yeah.
Dude, I just remember. And I remember the election was.
It's probably heated.
Dude, it was heated. It was heated. It was me and Spoli versus Nick Stamos and Andrew Mingle.
I didn't have the pleasure of meeting those gentlemen.
Well, they were like much better presidential material than me. And
but you guys just had the sales techniques.
Yeah.
Won it. That's awesome.
Yeah. And dude, I remember the day.
Everyone's gonna get free donuts.
Dude, I remember the day they called me and him, like they paged us to the office. We went to the office, and they're like, okay, so we're just letting you know you guys won the election, and we're gonna announce it later. And like, me and him, dude, just imagine, dude, just imagine how happy of a kid. Bro, I forgot all about that, and when he told me about that, like, I just that feeling, I felt it again, dude, and it was just the best thing ever, man. Like, nothing is better than winning, you know?
Yeah, especially getting called, like, it was like all like a secret and stuff.
Yeah.
You guys won.
Yeah, dude. The whole school voted. All the kids.
Yeah, probably like 300 to 500 kids.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, if it was just 5th grade, maybe like 100 kids.
No, it was the whole school.
Oh,
we represented the whole school.
Oh, dang, dude.
Let's see how many Rockwell Elementary student
Rockwell has a good reputation too.
514 students.
Yeah, okay.
Might have been smaller then, but
still, dude. Oh man,
that was so funny. Dude, he used to sit next to me, and like I when I was younger, like in elementary school, I was about twice the size of every other kid. Yeah, if you look at pictures, I literally look like I was in like the 8th grade, and like all the other kids are like normal kid size, and it's funny because I never felt that way, you know, when I was there. I felt like I was just a normal sized kid. But anyways,
everyone's probably like,
no, I don't think so. But anyways, like, Rispoli, he blended right in. And dude, what happened was, me, like, if I wasn't like super well behaved, which I was not, Dude, I stuck out so bad. So I would just always be the target. And he used to mess with me so much. Like I would we sat next to each other all day long, and I would be writing, right? Like we'd be doing cursive or something. I'd be writing, and then he would just go, like he would just smack my arm. And
surprised he wasn't scared of you.
Nah, he wasn't scared of me. And he would just smack my arm, and then I would be like, dude, what's your problem? And then the teacher
what's your deal?
Then the teacher would be like, Evan, go in the hallway. You know, for like disrupting the class.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Damn, dude. That's whack on her part for not like investigating a little bit.
Yeah. Miss Shank. Wonder how she's doing.
That's a heck of a last name.
Yeah. Miss Shank, dude. If anyone out here went to Rockwell and remembers Miss Shank,
I wish I went to elementary school for memories like that.
It was fun times. Now thinking back though, dude, that was back during like the heat of the freaking war on terror. And her kit, she had
like near 2001.
Well, after that, it was like 2004, 2005, and I remember her kid. She had like a kid that like got deployed, like to the war.
That's crazy.
And so she was like all depressed about it.
That reminds me of the Green Day song "Wake Me Up When September Ends."
Yeah.
And the guy like tells his girlfriend or his wife that he's getting deployed.
Is that a music video?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It like stops when he like tells her, and then it like gets back in. Wake me up. Dude, music back then was so good.
All-time guitar riff right there.
Dude. Oh man. The rock back then.
Dude, what's going on with Green Day? I'm watching these videos of them like getting kicked off of stage and stuff. Have you seen that?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it. I don't know. I think some of their new music has been decent, but I don't know. I think they gotta just
it's all about
give it up or something, dude.
Yeah.
Or just play the bangers.
Just play the bangers.
Play
Yeah.
Dookie and just
Yeah.
American Idiot, and you're good.
Exactly. Yeah. Dude, what about it's all about some.
Oh yeah, dude. And a lot of people were hating on the new Sum 41 song. I liked it, dude.
Which one is it?
Landmines.
Yeah.
It's
I'm trying
cheesy,
to think of the chorus,
but it
because
has
I sent it to you. It was like I don't know. I forget. I don't want to.
Yeah, Steele said that you sent him like a rendition of something.
No, dude. Oh my gosh. Yes, bro. We used to listen. Like Steele is into this. Steele is into hardcore. Like we used to all be into hardcore. Steele is 100% into hardcore still, and I still like listening to it here and then. I just don't go to shows or anything. But there was this band that is from DC that we used to like. That was a sick hardcore band. They're called Turnstyle.
Yeah.
And dude, they're like going mainstream.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen this?
No.
Bro, this is like the worst thing in the world. They're on Jimmy Fallon, and like they're like, dude, their outfits and like their like headphones and stuff.
Oh. Yeah, that's not what they.
And I'm just like, are you serious right now? And like, I'm looking at the comments. The number one comment is Turnstyle Summer about to go crazy. I'm like, all right, well, they had a good run because they had some sick tracks.
Yeah, I've heard some of their old stuff. That was good.
But yeah, I sent that to Steele. I was just like, dude, this really stinks, man.
Yeah, he said it was pretty funny.
I was actually listening to Nas last night. I had just the urge to
Yeah,
listen to
yeah.
some Nas.
I was listening to some Gangstar the other day.
And Gangstar, dude.
The way he rapped was like kind of funny, but really good.
I'm gonna get you. No, 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 no,
no. It's like, oh yeah, it's Dave Mirra.
I'm
PS2 game is sick.
I'm always 2 steps ahead of you.
Yeah. Someone's just doing like an easy skate trick. It's like, yeah.
Dude, Dave Mirra, man.
Yeah, Dave Mirra.
R.I.P., man. That
Yeah,
dude was
seriously.
a legend.
Yeah, dude, I'll never get rid of my Dave Mirra bike that I have.
Dude, did you ever play Dave Mirra BMX?
It's a sky blue.
Yeah, man, dude.
I play it every day for like hours.
Dude, I honestly like probably the best time ever of any kid's life around our generation
Yeah.
was summertime,
Yeah.
going to summer camp, going to the pool,
Yeah, going to the pool.
getting absolutely like freaking roasted at the
Yeah.
pool.
Hitting the snack bar.
Yeah, hitting the snack bar, doing whatever, and then getting a Slurpee.
Yeah.
Basically, it was me, Steele, Quinlan, Austin.
Jordan.
I don't think. Well, Jordan moved here when we were in like
little
5th
later.
grade. Yeah,
Okay.
this was a little earlier than that. Like we all went to summer camp. Me, Steele, Quinlan, Austin, and Javier Garcia.
Dude, R.I.P. to Javi, man.
No, Javier Garcia.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You scared
yeah.
me. I was like, what? But yes, R.I.P. to Javier Mazzones. That was pretty sad.
Yeah, man.
But
super sad.
we used to go to camp together over in Germantown. Or no, we went to camp in Black Hills Park. It was called Camp Bramble Hill.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
And also, like, a lot of other kids would go there. Like, I remember, I think Tommy Scott went, JP Steven went.
Is it day camp or night, like sleepover?
Day camp. Yeah, and so we would go, and it was fun because, you know, there would be kids from all over Montgomery County that would go, and then, like, later when you'd grow up a little bit, you'd cross paths with them. But we would go there. Weather would always be awesome.
Yeah.
We'd go canoeing, hiking. We would go to the Germantown pool almost all the time. The one by the soccerplex.
Oh, yeah. I've actually never been, like, I've never swam in it.
Dude, we literally went there every day of like of summer in elementary school, and it was like new then. It's probably pretty old at this point, but dude, we would do that, and then my mom would pick us up, and then we would go get Slurpees from the 7-Eleven over in Germantown next to the
McDonald's.
Nah, next to the H Mart.
Okay, yeah.
You know that 7-Eleven.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Also, did you ever go to Ballpark Cards?
Dude, oh man, that's a memory.
Yeah.
That place was sick.
Slurpees and then Ballpark Cards.
Damn.
And then we would go home and freaking play Tony Hawk and Dave Mirra.
Good night.
Just imagine how, dude, I'm like about to cry.
Yeah, you just go to bed just happy as a clam.
Yeah.
Probably eating like Pizza Hut for dinner or something.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate enough that my family, to me, the food was terrible, but looking back, I'm pretty glad they fed me like some decent.
Yeah, some home cooked.
Yeah.
Meals.
Yeah. Good times, man.
Yeah. If only we could be kids again.
I know. I still am a kid, but
yeah, same.
I'm just hence the name of your podcast here.
Kid stable.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the pod, man.
Yeah, for sure. That was a great way to end the conversation.
Yeah.
Like full circle.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, man,
All comes around.
really appreciate you letting me on here.
Appreciate you.
And
Let's
yeah,
go hit the lets.
maybe hit the outlets. I'll be back. I'll be back for number 60.
Yeah. Number 58.
Yep.
Peace out.